In this video, we are going to compare the Sony 7C kit lens, which is 28 to 60 f4 to 5.6, with my new lens, which is Sony 20mm 1.8. So let's get on with it. So guys, don't go away anywhere. I will show you some bats. I'm in Paramita Park and there's a place called Little Coogee, and there are lots of bats there. I know it's pretty scary in these times of coronavirus, but I thought it'll be nice. So if you are for that, stick around till the end and I'll show you the video of the bats. Before we switch to the 20mm, let's talk about this kit lens and the background behind me buying Sony 7C. I know everyone talks about that you can start a YouTube channel with the phone and you don't need anything else, which is true. If this is your hobby and it is your passion and you can afford it, it's always better to get a proper camera. So around a year ago, I thought that I'm going to start doing YouTube videos, and 6 months ago I bought my first camera, which was Sony ZV-1. So I bought that camera because I heard lot of good reviews about it. So it had a focal length of 24 to 70, and it was supposed to do everything which you want it to do. It had active stab, so it was checking all the boxes. But to be honest, I have till now released 35 videos, or around 36 at the time of shooting of this video, and I think around 48, I don't remember. But I have only used Sony ZV-1 for maybe 10% of the time. Most of the time I have ended up using my basically phone, which is Samsung S21 Ultra. The reason is it was always too tight. Now I was barely able to vlog with it. Now right now also, as you can see, that this is 28 to 70, which is the kit lens, and I'm using this Sony stick or whatever they call it. I'll put the name. It's again, Sony has this stupid thing of naming things, like I don't know why they name these sticks differently, but basically that's the stick I was using on Sony ZV-1. And then again, it was too tight. For some reason it was 24, but it still was too tight. I'm at 28, but still it seems to me that it is much more wider than what I used to see in Sony ZV-1. This is a stabilized lens, and this is the one which I have been using since I bought this camera around a month ago. I am super happy with it, but still, as you can see, my arm is fully extended for me to get into the frame. And that's where the problem is. No matter how strong you are, and I'm okay, you can't do it beyond a minute or so. The video will start shaking. I think it's shaking already, and then you'll get tired. So ideally what you need is that your arm should be able to bend, something like this. Now if I bend my arm, my right hand, like this, and then now I'm like half of it away, and then try to see this, then it seems to be too tight and you can't see much at the background. So if I have to show you this beautiful ground, then there's nothing much you can see in the frame, can you? So what I decided was that, okay, I will go as my first lens, I will go for 20mm. The second lens which I'm thinking of buying is 24 to 105. This lens has been pretty okay, but the problem is you can't put any polarizer filter on it because this is 40.5 thread. If you do, you'll not find any other lens on which it can happen, and then you can use step-up rings. But if you use step-up rings and you are thinking of using a polarizer, then you will not be able to put a lens cap. So considering all of that, and since I wanted to go for 24 to 105, I decided to sell this lens. But I just wanted to show you before I give it to the person who have bought it, that how this lens is, so that you can decide for yourself whether you want to go for it or not. And before I switch to the 20mm and we talk about that, let's just show you this ground footage at different focal lengths. Now the sun has gone down a little, so I could go to f4 because I don't have an ND filter. This is how this lens is at f4. So let's now switch to the new lens, which is Sony 20mm, and I already did an unboxing of that lens and why I chose it. So if you want to look at it, do go to the description and you'll have more details. So let's switch it and let's see the difference. Voila! So now I am on 20 Sony G lens. This is awesome, guys. Now as you can see, my arm is not extended. I can have a pretty good shot and it's pretty clear and it's pretty near to me. I can just keep on vlogging for my entire day and night, and I'm pretty sure you're able to see the bokeh because we are at f1.8 and I am using a polarizer. This is a Hoya polarizer on it. I'll put the links of all of it. This is the reason I got this lens. I'm not going to color grade any of the footage so that you can see how these lenses are different. I'm again making as much of I'm still moving around as much I was earlier, just to show you whether this one does have any shake or not. This is not an OSS lens like the kit lens. There's no comparison. That particular lens is just $200-300 on sale. On Sony sites it's $400, and this one is above $1,000, and it's a G lens, so it has to be more sharper, and I'm sure it is, but this just makes your life so easy as far as vlogging is concerned. And if I do want to show the background, all I need to do is change the focal length, and let me do that. Let me just move away from 1.8 so that the blur goes away and you can see the background. So guys, now I have taken the blur off. Thankfully the sun went down as well, so you should be able to see behind me. There's a big ground. I think it's a cricket ground or rugby ground. I still have the polarizer now. I am at 5.6. Everything behind me should be in focus now. I really like this lens. This is precisely the reason why I bought it. As you can see now that I also don't have to extend my arm. If I extend my arm, you see a lot of other things at the background. I can just keep my arm here, show you the park, and it'll all work. And I do have a polarizer on it. That is Hoya polarizer. I got it for like 50-60 bucks. I didn't go for Peter McCann or anything. I'm not a lens expert, okay? I'm not here to tell you about the technicalities of the lens. But before we talk further, let me just go back to that blurry background because it's the golden hour and just want to check that out as well. There are a lot of videos for these lenses on YouTube. The reason I did this video was because I couldn't see the arm length on Sony 7C on any of those videos. So I thought, okay, I'll do this and maybe show my experience. But don't go by my advice or anyone else's advice. Before buying this lens, I waited for a month, waited for the right deal, went to Sony showroom. I took my SD card. I tried different lenses. They're 12 to 24, I think, and then there was 16 to 35. A lot of good reviews about that. And then the next lens which I'm going to buy is 24 to 105, and there'll be a video of it shortly. But I tried all those lenses in the Sony showroom, and I took my SD card, took the footage, came back, saw it myself, and then saw the reviews, and then was tracking the cost. And when I got end of financial year deal, I bought this lens with a Sony cashback of $200. So yes, review videos are good, but it's your money, so I'll say choose wisely. Don't regret buying a lens. Go check it out and then buy it. So now it's time to go and see the bats. Bats are scary, aren't they? Especially with pandemic going on. Let's get back to the video. This is going to be my primary lens now. I'm gonna sell my kit lens and get 24 to 104.5, which we will review later. I hope you liked the video. If you did, you know what to do. This is my hobby, and every subscriber and every subscription just makes a difference because it makes you feel nice that you're doing something which is helping others as well. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Rubrak. I hope you like the bats. They're pretty scary, aren't they?